Yeah, what's good, y'all? Dell back again here in 2020. And yesterday, I was thinking, I almost did this video yesterday. I was just thinking about different stuff in life. And I was watching, actually, it was Tekken 101's. Shout out to Tekken. He makes some phenomenal videos. If y'all don't already know and follow his channel, Mad suggests that, even if you're not just, especially if you're a fan beyond One Piece, he does great videos. But he was talking about Doflamingo, right? Good old Joker! Heavenly Demon Don Quixote Doflamingo, aka Joker. And what may happen to him, how he may escape from Impel Down, that whole thing, and what may happen to him later in the series. And it got me to thinking, you know, where is the story headed after this, right? What are some potential future arcs? Now, it's very likely that half of these on this list don't even occur. Because Old is talking about, yo, I'm trying to, finish the story and all that good stuff. And editors are like, five. Listen, I don't take almost no credibility to what editors have to say. 5 years. Oh, I can see us finish the story in 5 years. Y'all miss me with that, bro. Too much story to tell. Too many breaks taken. I still say I see 10 years of story writing. I mean, it could be longer. I'm looking at Hajime no Ippo and a number of series that are still ongoing. We got JoJo's as, think it's still going on part 8 if I remember correctly. But regardless of all that, One Piece still has a lot of story left to tell. We'll see what happens with Wano. But what's going to happen post Wano? And I wanted to talk about it. Now, I don't do these kind of videos too often. Occasionally, in the past, I've done, what I thought. I've done a video. I thought there would be a long war with the Don Quixote pirates. I thought there would be an epic war with the Big Mom pirates. Oda decided to go in other directions, which is totally fine with me. Not just that it's his story. He took things with Whole Cake Island and stuff that I was not anticipating. What can I say? Now, I don't agree with all of his decisions. Some people say I just kiss ass Oda. I don't. But listen, man, I've enjoyed most of what he's written, so why would I not be fine with the general direction? Plus, he expands and has so many other characters going on. But okay, understand that like some people think of like Emerald City, another going to the sea, like all of these suggestions of potential possible future arcs are based on the evidence that we've been given. And I'm not going to go too in depth. Different people have different ideas, different thoughts, different theories of what's going to happen. And I'm not here to say some things I knew were lunacy, like Shiryu, good old Shiryu getting the diamond fruit. I never bought that. No, it never made sense. But, I'm just going to propose, and I want to hear what y'all have to say because I know some of y'all have phenomenal ideas. Without further ado, the first arc I have is the Bounty Hunter arc. Now, they listen, bro, so much hype for what has not been done. All right. Bounty Hunter arc. Imagine after Wano, right? Luffy takes down Kaido. I will already preface this. I don't think Big Mom's going down. I don't think Big Mom, Charlotte Lin is going down this arc. Too much doesn't make sense. Too much story left to tell, especially what's being set up in the cover story. But we continue. So, Luffy gets this massive bounty increase. I'm saying at least 2.5 billion to 3 billion after Kaido gets dropped this arc. Kid will get a bounty increase, probably law. Most folks involved getting a bounty increase. The news is going to get out somehow, some way. World government's going to find out. Cypherpole agent Zero's going to find out. Something somehow is going to get out, right? X Strike may report. Who knows? So Luffy's going to get probably higher than Teach's bounty right now. So he's going to be a solidified in that Yonko territory with his bounty. I think towards a more 3 billion, but regardless, 2.5 to 3 billion, at least a billion berry bounty increase for helping disrupt the whole thing with a Yonko makes perfect sense, considering he had a billion berry bounty increase just by taking down Lord Cracker and Katakuri, right? So we have been hinted at bounty hunters forever. Zoro Pirate Hunter was a bounty hunter, right? So this would connect, and I'm going to show how this connect all the doggone Straw Hats. So we'll get some knowledge, hopefully, from Zoro. Hopefully, Soul King Brook starts talking. Nico Ramen start talking what they know. Information Network. Hype up. We get a big player. All right? Not just that, right? You said and you look at the level 6 prisoners. Remember back on Dressrosa, go back to early Dressrosa in the tournament, and there were some bounty hunters they were talking about that. They were talking about the escapees, and who's going to take them down. Look at the fact that the Yonko, Goldie Roger, Edward Newgate, Golden Lion Shiki, even good old Dragon, they all have bounties, right? Why do they have active bounties? In fact, the Dark King himself, Cyril Israeli, still has an active bounty. And I'm sitting here going, wait a minute now. Now, I understand, you don't want to encourage piracy. But why would these powerful ass people have bounties? Well, maybe people propose maybe there's a whole gang of pirates. Maybe, gang of bounty hunters could go and try to take someone out, an armada, or maybe a powerful bounty hunter comes and try to take Luffy's head. That's what we try to go after. Now, we got possibly, I know there was Drug Piccolo and them folk with the Lords of the Underworld. Maybe he's the one. I wouldn't mind that because Oda introduced him. We already know Stussy was attached to Cypher Paul Age Zero. Maybe it's Drug Piccolo. You got the whole Cypher. That would be cool. That would be boss as fuck. Or maybe Zoro fights him. That would be cool as well. Either way, getting a top tier bounty hunter, and maybe we get a showcase of him taking down some of the level 6ers, or maybe the bounty hunters begun to harass the Blackbeard pirates and stuff, and Teach is kind of pissed off, and so, or that would be cool, maybe versus Teach, maybe to get Teach to get upped. Maybe we see Teach take down one of these old bounty hunters, right? But then, let's say a legendary bounty hunter gets brought out of retirement by Kong himself, because it's been too fucking long since we seen Kong. Kong goes and gets this dude, like, y'all know, remember Daddy Matterson? Back in that filler with Usopp, which was a phenomenal filler episode, by the way. Maybe we get something like that on some John Marston, Jack Marston, Red Dead Redemption status, where he comes and he's trying to take out Luffy, trying to take out Zoro, pretty much trying to cut the head off of the Straw Hat Pirates. Maybe he has a few folk with him, the old gang of squad, the old legendary bounty hunters. That would be beastly as hell. Maybe they helped Kong back in the day, because I propose a theory that Kong is why Impel Down level 6 even is a thing. But that's a whole other separate theory. But yeah, there's more I could go into, but a bounty hunter arc would be cool as hell. It would be a great transition away from the Yonko before we get to one of the next big arcs, right? Because here's the thing. People think Wano's going to be the last big arc. It makes no sense, bro. There's too much story left to be told. But anyways, it would be great to see. We need more of that. We need more of the Straw Hat, more Jinbei, more time for the crew, more time to potentially get more Straw Hat crew members and whatnot. It would just be really cool. And maybe get some of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet involved as well. I would be sick as hell. Next up for after the Bounty Hunter arc, if I were to write One Piece from here on out, I would do the Uranus arc. Meaning that we are actually introduced to the concept of the final weapon. The final ancient weapon that we've been waiting on for so damn long, right? And this one I think would be great because once again we go back up to another Sky Island, and I think you would be able to tie in the Mad Monk Uroge, right? It would be great with that. We saw that Kaido was able to get up there. Now we heard about a second knockout stream, so I would really like that to go there. And in case Goldie Roger didn't go to that one, Luffy and the future Pirate King crew did something that even Goldie Roger didn't do, right? Was able to conquer that very, very dangerous path up to the Sky Island. We get a new world, Skypiea type, and be able to explore. And maybe it's one of the old allies to Joy Boy in them that we don't see. Maybe we encounter a race of the Birkins or whatever. Maybe, who knows, right? That would be really, really cool to see. It doesn't have to be a long arc. It could be kind of like a Zoe arc, right? Where we just get some good information. Maybe there's another poneglyph, and it would be nice to see. It would be nice to see. I think it would be a nice breather arc before the next arc, the big one that I have, Elbaf arc. Now, some people are proposing that Shanks is there. I think it's in Shank's territory. What I think is going to happen, and I've been hyped up for the Giant King of Elbaf. People are talking about Loki. I think you're going to get the whole Chiffon Lola, the whole if Pound is still alive, all of that tie-in. I think Linlin, there needs to be resolution. Oda set all of that up. There needs to be resolution with that. Luffy takes down Linlin in this one. If she doesn't get dropped in Wano, Linlin gets dropped with Elbaf. Finish that whole thing. But not only should she get dropped, there's resolution of what actually happened, get closure, the whole Mother Carmel thing, and all of that good stuff. And we finally get to Elbaf, which we've been waiting on since Dorian Brody back, um, Little Garden, right? That would be really cool. The giant pirates, and maybe they get joined up because didn't Harujin go to get the whole giant pirate crew back together again? Get in more of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, get Luffy's game up, get his Conqueror's Hockey game up, and all good kind of stuff before the end of the series, right? I think that arc is essential, and there's more that can be said about it, but this is just a brief overview. Next up, I have the Loadstar Arc. All right. I think going to Loadstar Island. Absolutely. Now, so for some people, they misread what Duke Nekomamushi Inuyasha. Yeah, Duke Inuyasha and Lord Nekomamushi were talking to the Straw Hats back on Zoe. And Inuyashi's like, yeah, you can just keep following the guideposts. It's just you're going to have some of the answers. But, I'm hearing that some are proposing that Scopper Gabon's own Lodestar. I don't necessarily buy that. It would be cool. Maybe it actually is. Maybe it actually is. Because it would be awesome to see Scopper. I mean, we saw the Dark King. It would be awesome to see Scopper. People been wanting to see Scalper for a long minute, but anyways, I think Lodestar is more of a desolate place. It's a mysterious type island. Maybe there is some wildlife and some tree life and stuff, but it'll probably be a very very difficult place to get to, and it'll give us Nami Shine. I think Usopp's gonna get powered up because of Elbaf. I think the Straw Hats are gonna, come up. Jinbei, I think, is gonna be very, very important and vital to get there as well. Frankie's ship. So a lot of the Straw Hats' dreams are starting to coalesce at this point right there. And when you sit back and look at it, it would be great for the Straw Hats. On a second note, I think they're going to have a second Davy Back fight. I remember that remember Sanji talked about Davy Back fights are common amongst pirates, right? We know that Rocks and that the birthplace of the Davy Back fights was on Beehive, Full Lead, Hachijima, all that, whatever you want to call it, right? The Pirates Island, okay? And I think a secondary one, because listen, I keep saying the Straw Hats need more powerful crewmates. Right? I would love to see Sir Crocodile and Mr. One Dog's Bones join. Potentially, Kuzan's probably not going to, but it would be really cool. I think Sir Crocodile and Dog's Bones are a great addition. Sir Crocodile solves the Logia problem, and Dog's Bones is a monster. But I think another powerful or two powerful crewmates could be joined in a Davy Back fight. And this time it's an actual serious Davy Back fight, given the new world stakes. Potentially someone was taken captive and Luffy breaks him out. It would be great, man. It would be great. Maybe it's an old timer. Okay, maybe it's someone who's seen. Maybe it's a former Roger pirate. I would be down for that. Maybe it's a former Roger pirate. Maybe it's a former one of the lesser known Rocks crew members. That would be cool as hell as well. Anyways, I think Otis set up these kind of things. I think these kind of hanging plot threads should be wrapped up. Moving on after that, we get to the Laugh Tale arc. We get to the Laugh. Now, I proposed potentially in the past that Luffy fights Blackbeard like 3 times. Otis clearly not going that path. But the battle for Laugh Tale. The battle for Laugh Tale. I think, to me, the battle for Laugh Tale is, I've said we're in the end game now. To me, it's the beginning of the end at that point. But it's not the end. A lot of people think, oh, we get to One Piece, and no. I think you're setting things up for the end. But I think there's a lot more to go. The battle against the Blackbeard Pirates, and I can talk in a different video about the different matchups, but we see what happens there. By this point, I think Blackbeard gets 3 Devil Fruits. I think he will, if he doesn't already have one, a Zoan, a mythical Zoan and such. Um, Luffy, he's maxing out, beginning to max out his. It doesn't mean he can't be better, but getting to that top tier of all his hockey usage, especially his Conqueror's hockey, he's got advanced by this point. I think he's gonna have his awakening, even though I think it's a bit overrated. It'll be a great battle. The Straw Hat Grand Fleet, I think there's only 2 options for them to really come in. I don't expect them in Wano, but I do expect definitely in the Final War, obviously, but it'll be great against the whole armada that the Blackbeard Pirates have. Bring in the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, and Luffy, you got a Yonko crew versus a Yonko crew for the battle of Pirate King. For that, I think what that does is that sets in motion a chain of events that affect the entire world. And it puts the Gorosei on notice, it puts Imusama on notice, and puts everybody across the world on notice. Luffy's taking now all but one of the Yonko crew. Now, next up, I have after that the Pirate King arc. Pirate King arc, where Luffy finally makes Shanks. Presents a straw hat. Now, before I will throw this in, if Sabo, depending on how Oda does it, because I've projected that potentially predicted, Luffy gets in a situation and he's banged to hell, and somewhere in the middle of the New World, Sakazuki kills Sabo. But we'll see how Oda writes that because he's got a lot going on with Wano, and I had predicted that Sakazuki would also kill Isho. Again, we'll see what Oda does with that. But if he doesn't go with those paths, we still stay on course. So Luffy, the red-haired pirates, Yasop versus Usopp, and it's a battle to gain respect. You know what I'm saying? It's a battle for Red Hair Shanks, the gatekeeper, the peacekeeper, to declare, yeah, Luffy, you're actually that dude. It would be a beautiful story, but not the end of the story. And what you'll see with the final arc where I project after this, and I've always had Shanks as to be the one before the end. Okay, after that whole Pirate King arc and the things with Shanks, because I think Luffy and Shanks need to have conversations. Maybe at this point, Luffy meets Dragon as well, and they have a conversation about Luffy Mont. Just have a conversation. I do think they will have a clash of ideologies. I really do. Everything's been indicating that Dragon and his son do not see the same way. So that would be really cool. I think having the Dark King talk, because I do think Dragon, the Dark King, Hawkeyes, and Shanks all know each other and they all talk. All right. That would be another great point to have Hawkeyes have the duel with Hawkeyes and Zoro. So at the same time, Luffy's full blown established as the Pirate King. By this point, has the highest bounty, even greater than Goldie Roger. Or after defeating Shanks, maybe have a bounty higher than Goldie Roger, if not already after taking out Blackbeard. Zoro is up there. He becomes the world's greatest swordsman after defeating Hawkeyes in the process as well. Usopp becomes the true Soge King. There'll be some great battles. The different ones with Lucky Roo, with Ben Beckman, all of that good stuff. Even though I would love to see Zoro versus Ben Beckman. Maybe Ben Beckman fights Sanji and see where Sanji's at. That would be a cool ass fight. Jinbei versus Lucky Roo would be a cool ass fight. See what I'm saying? Like, it's the hype, bro. It's the hype. Because normally I would have Zoro fight Ben Beckman and Sanji fight Lucky Roo, but if Hawkeyes is on the island, then that supersedes the point. Now, after the whole thing with Shanks, Rox returns. Rox D. Zabek is back. I got the Rox arc. He's got a whole crew. He's been plotting. Kind of, how Shiki waited for like 20 years with the whole thing in not Filmsy, Strong World, right? The whole thing with Strong World. Well, Rox have Rocks pull up arguably the most powerful pirate to ever do it. Maybe Joy Boy was the most powerful to ever do it, but Rocks just maxed out stats with Conqueror's hockey, observation hockey, armaments hockey. Everything's maxed out. Who knows if he has a devil fruit or not. Some people think that he had the Yami Yami Nomi beforehand. Maybe he knows how to discard. Who knows what could be done with Rocks. But definitely Luffy versus Rocks. Overcoming, you know, and in a way overshadowing potentially even Goldie Roger, at least in prestige. That would be something special. The Straw Hat crew coming up even more, facing the most powerful crew. Because potentially, let's say that Lin Lin and Kaido get taken down. Rocks is like, remember them good old days? And he brings Lin Lin and Kaido in with him. And, other remaining members across the Blues that are still alive. He's like, I know Newgate's done. Maybe this is where we see Golden Line Shiki. Oh, imagine that, bro. Rocks, Lin, Kaido, Shiki. Maybe reanimated court. Oh, I don't know, man. Maybe Newgate comes back reanimated. Who knows? Maybe Gecko Moria sides with Rocks and he reanimates. Oh my goodness! Not only not only Newgate, but potentially if Wang G's dead or Silver Axe, if all these cats are dead, bring them back alive, bro. That would be incredible. Bring back the Rocks Pirates. Oh man. And who knows? Maybe Blackbeard run it back with Luffy. Maybe Blackbeard, if Blackbeard is actually attached or idolizes him, maybe he grabs Teach too. So you have 3 Yonko under one dude and more. The greatest threat on the seas. And Luffy like, nah fam, we not having that in this epic clash. Which leads into, which I've argued for a 2 to 5 year time skip. But after that point, it leads into the final war. Maybe the seas had just become completely turbulent over this whatever time skip, 2 to 5 years, the final war arc. And I can project it to go many, many different ways. So I'm not even going to touch that. But this is the order at which I would love to see One Piece go in. I think you got some great breathers, some great ways for the Straw Hats to gain maturity and perspective, maybe age a little bit. Because I don't think there will be a time skip. I would love to see Luffy, by the end of the series be about like 25, 26 years old. I think that would be really good. At least 23. Age a little bit. Magi Labyrinth of Magic did it. Over these arcs, maybe a year or two goes by. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be a great way to do it. And like I said, I could project so many different ways that the final war would go. But these are my thoughts. What would y'all like to see? Which future arcs would you enjoy? What do you think Oda might take it? Let me know. I want to hear what y'all have to say. All right, y'all have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace. And if there's any other ideas, let me know. We can have a discussion and talk about it.